Hello, so I'm ready for another 15 minutes of tangling, bright and early this morning. So today I'm going to experiment a little bit more with shading using Copic markers. It adds just a little bit more contrast than shading with your graphite pencil does. Now this step can be quite daunting for some folks, in that I've just spent all this time working on this tangle, and here it is. I'm going to draw on it using a marker, and it can feel rather anxiety ridden to go ahead and draw on your beautiful tile using a marker. But if you practice with it over time, it's not so bad. And you get a really neat effect. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. Life will continue. So I'm using N3 in the natural gray series to start with. I'm going to turn upside down to do the other side of that. And I'm just going to be putting my marker not all over the place, but just where I want just a little bit more drama in my shading. Now the Copic ink will spread a little bit to sort of blend in, but there's a way to help it blend even more if you would like it to, so I'll show you that in a moment. Alright, now I think I'm going to do the same for the changing pattern. Just highlighting or shading the outline so that it pops a little bit more. I'm going to flip my tile over to do the other side. There we go. So today I was looking for a table rather than a bench. And I was really tempted to use the table that I found last night when I tangled. But I wanted a bit more of a walk, so I found a table that is right in between two buildings. It's like a little courtyard area. So we might hear people going in and out of the buildings while we're here. Okay, so I've got the changing and flux shaded. What else do I want shaded? I'm thinking I want a little bit more drama as far as those zingers are concerned. So let's get some of those zingers. Add a little bit of shadow underneath them, a little bit more. I've used my Copic markers, these natural gray Copics, so much that they're starting to run out. And one of the selling points for Copic markers is that you can get refills for your markers rather than purchasing a whole new marker. So I've done that, and in case you ever plan on doing that yourself, just know, now I don't know if it's due to COVID or if it's just the way the world works right now, but shipping on those takes some time. So I ordered mine about a month ago, and I'm still waiting for it to get here. Apparently it's on its way. Now granted, it's coming from Japan, and I'm sure it takes some time for my little marker refill to make its way literally across the world. But just know, if you go ahead and do order Copic refills, that sometimes it can take some time to get to you. I'm excited for my refill to come though. Alright, yeah, that adds just a little bit more drama. I'm thinking I also want some more drama in this changing pattern. Oh, there we go. Right where these little sections seem to want to overlap. Right here. There we go. It's a bit chilly today. It's in the 50s. It's supposed to rain all day, so I'm happy to get outside before the rain starts. I also chose to tangle before work today, so it sort of feels good to have that moment to myself in the morning. And then, you know, over here on the bales, I like the shading, but it's a little too subtle, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit, maybe like a line connecting those triangles, just to make it a little bit more dramatic, like I was saying earlier. A little bit more defined. There we go. Alright, so I've put on my markers, and now the way I blend them in, they have a marker that's a colorless blender, and the number is just 0. And it really is just colorless ink, and you rub it around and it blends in. So it's kind of like going through with your tortillon after you've used a graphite pencil. Now this is the one I'm running out. I'm running out on, and I've ordered more. So I'm going very lightly with this marker. This area is so fun. There's a series of trees, so we've got some birds, and earlier we had some very active squirrels as well. It's nice to get out in the morning when the critters are still quite active. Just gently blending. It just adds, like I said, just a little bit more drama. When you're blending with this colorless ink, sometimes it can seem like it's not immediately blending. Give it a moment. It does spread out over time. So put your colorless blending ink in, and then give it a sec before you decide to do anything else. I often go back in layers and see am I satisfied with that? Do I want more? Rather than working all at once in one section. So excited to wrap up with this tile. It's always nice to come to a completion point. The other really nice thing about this blending marker is if you accidentally got your ink somewhere you don't want it to be, the blending marker will often pick it up or blur it just enough that you can't see it. So if your ink gets a little crazy, there's a way to modify it. There we go. That's looking good. All right. I think I'm satisfied with this tile. So let's see. It is time. The next step once you've done your shading is to sign and then appreciate. So let me see. Oh, I see one more area I would like to blend in just a little bit more. Right in this corner down here. Just let it blend a little. Yeah. Maybe that'll be the corner where I put my initials. I was wondering, where am I going to initial this tile? That looks like a pretty good place. There we go. So that is the completion of this tile. It's so exciting. The last step is appreciation again. So we always begin with gratitude and end with gratitude. So I would like to say I'm so grateful for the time I've had to work on this tile and for all the different locations I've been able to explore and discover while working on this tile. I'm also grateful for all of you who've watched my videos, who have responded or commented. It's been really nice to interact with folks, especially during this time when, you know, we need to be socially distanced. And it's really, I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my love for Zentangles. So thank you so very much. So that's the end of this project. Now I was considering, like I was telling you, I was considering what project to do next. And this is what I might be thinking. So I just had started, I'm a little behind the times, and I've been working still on project pack number 8. I've finished some of the tiles within this project, but I'm still working on one of them, and I'll show you the progress I've made so far. And I'm thinking this is the project that I would like to finish. So here's the progress I've made on this one so far. I've drawn in my bunzo, and it was really fun because we had our bunzo sort of weave around, which was neat. I've never done that before. And then I also experimented with shading with Copic markers. So it's definitely still in the experiment phase. Yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and pick up with this project right here. So with this project pack, we're getting to work with these Jelly Roll Moonlight pens. They're really fun colors. So I'm going to take this blue, or this sort of aqua color, and begin working on filling this center space right here with bunzo as well. I'm going to start right here. I think I'm going to let my bunzo just sort of grow towards the center. I'll do another one here. These Jelly Roll pens are so smooth to write with, and the color is so vivid. It's just so much fun. It's very satisfying to draw with these gel pens. Sakura does a really great job. Before I discovered Sakura, I was very frustrated with gel pens. They never seemed to work. the ink wouldn't flow properly. It would always get globbed up. But once I started using Sakura, suddenly the world of gel pens was wide open. They have just such beautiful products. I'm not being paid to say that. I just genuinely, absolutely love working with their products. Alright, I'm liking that. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there today and pick up there tomorrow for our next 15 minutes of tangling. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.